What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am the Bald Ginger. We're jumping back into some Road to the Show here today. We're going to Chicago to play the Cubs for a few games here. Let's see if we can get 2 out of 3. That seems to be our mode of operation lately, and it's working for us. Top of the first, no score. Runner on second, 2 away. I'm batting cleanup with a .305 batting average against Justin Steele. He throws 94 on his four-seamer, sinker at 95. 90 on his circle change as well. First pitch, doesn't get the call with a slider on the outside corner. That probably should have been a strike, but we'll take the 1-0 count. As you saw there, he was kind of not happy with that call. Second pitch, hot shot right to the first baseman, and he takes it to the bag himself to retire the side. A little bit of bad luck there, because that would have been an awesome ground ball with eyes into right field, but no dice for me. We're heading to the bottom of the first. I take that back. We're back in the top of the fourth. It's a 1-0 lead for Chicago. Nobody out, nobody on. I'm standing in 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch of this at-bat from Steele. It's up and in a little bit with a four-seamer. 1-0 the count. That's a couple of first pitch balls I've taken so far in this series. Next pitch is low and away with a 12-6 curve, and it's a 2-0 count. Got a little bit of plate vision going on today, which is a change for me anyway. Perfect shot right to the shortstop. An easy 6-3 putout is out number 1 here in the top of the fourth. Another case of bad luck here. We come back top of the sixth. It's a 2-0 lead for Chicago. 2 outs and nobody on for me as I am 0 for 2 on the day, and I'm facing Justin Steele for the 3rd time now. First pitch of this at-bat. I went fishing after a 12-6 curve low and inside. It's an 0-1 count. I have 12 career RBIs against the Cubs. I'd like to make that a little higher here. And swinging at a four-seam up and away is not going to make that happen. It's a quick 0-2 count after swinging at 2 pitches outside of the zone. The 2-strike pitch from Steele. Inside, right on my shins, really. 1-2 the count as I had to do a little dance to get out of the way of that one. Let's see what we get with pitch number 4 of the at-bat here. He hasn't found the zone yet. Found it with that one. We send it out to deep right field. I don't know if that's got enough to get out of here. No, sir. It doesn't even make it to the warning track. Really not even all that close to the warning track. And that makes for an 0 for 3 day for me now. We come back. It's the bottom of the sixth. 2-0 ball game. Nobody out, nobody on. Pete Alonso at the dish. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Yu-Min Lin still on the mound for the Diamondbacks here, throwing pitch number 69 of his outing. It's an 0-1 pitch, and it's a simple pop-up to me. We don't need to keep doing the little dance. Just, there we go. Simple pop-up to me at third, so we'll take that for out number 1 here in the home half of the sixth. Bottom of the seventh, we come back, still a 2-0 ball game. Runners on first and second, nobody out, and James Triantos is at the plate for the Cubs. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a run scored. He's hitting .251 on the season, and we have Christian Mena now on the mound out of the bullpen. Wind up and the pitch from Mena. We need a ground ball double play in the worst way here, and we're going to get it. 5, 4, and 3. There you have it. 2 for 1 sale here. But we still have the runner on third with 2 away now in the bottom of the seventh. We come back bottom of the eighth. It's still a 2-0 ball game. Another situation with runners on first and second. Nobody out. 3-1 count for Pete Alonso. And he's going to bunt one down the third base line. And yep, perfectly placed. We're going to throw to first. We'll get the out there. It's a quality sacrifice from Alonso as there are now runners on second and third with only 1 out in the bottom of the eighth. They tacked on big time there in the bottom half. 6-0 is now the score in the top of the ninth as I'm standing in 0 for 3 on the day with nobody out and runners on first and second. Justin Steele still on the mound. First pitch from him is a 12-6 curve on the outer third, sent out to deep center field and not deep enough. It does advance the runner to third, but not exactly the most productive out possible here. And now there's only 2 outs left in the game. And the Cubs are going to take the win here in game number 1. 6-3 the final score. Yu-Min Lin getting tagged for the loss as the Cubs take the first game of the series. I went 0 for 4. We're going to move on to game number 2, though, and you know what that means. This is where I remind everybody, if you haven't done so already, or if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. You can also like and comment on this video, as all of those things do help me out with the YouTube algorithm. It's a little bit of a foggy, overcast day here for game number 2. Top of the first, runners on first and second, only one out. I'm standing in batting .302 against Jordan Hicks. He hits 100 on the sinker, 101 on the four-seamer, 90 on his circle change. First pitch of the at-bat is inside with the sinker, 1-0 the count. Got to see if he's going to come a little closer to the zone with any of his pitches than that, because that is not pretty. Second pitch of the at-bat. Closer, but not going to... Oh, he got the call up there? You got to be kidding me. All right, 1-1 the count, as that four-seamer was called a strike by the home plate umpire. We went fishing after a sweeping curve below the knees to make for a 1-2 count. I'm really actually expecting him to pitch me low, and he's only had one pitch that's been low so far. 1-2 pitch is a swing and a miss at a sweeping curve on the outside corner. That was going to be strike 3 no matter what. So yeah, now there's a K next to my name. Oof! Rough start to game number 2 as we come back bottom of the first. It's a 1-0 lead for the Cubs. Runners on first and second, 2 away for Nick Senzel. He's only hitting .232 on the season, and he's got himself a 1-2 count with Mike Phillips on the mound for the Diamondbacks. Windup and the pitch from the left-handed Phillips. Simple ground ball to me. We're going to throw to first. Take the easy play there. And the side is retired. We're moving on to the second, trailing the Cubs in this one by a score of 1-0. All right, top of the third, we come back. Arizona is now out in front. 3-1 the score. Jordan Hicks still on the bump for the Cubbies. And he's only throwing pitch number 38 of his outing. And it is a four-seamer off the plate away, 1-0 the count. I have 122 strikeouts on the season, and that is second most in the National League. Oof. Second pitch of this at-bat is a sweeping curve inside by quite a bit. I have a 2-0 count against Hicks now. Next pitch from him. Come on, big guy. Oh, that was a good one. Sinker in the cold zone. Got a piece of it and fouled it away. 2-1 the count. Come on, big guy. Give me something I can do some damage with here. I'd love to get a base hit. Not going to do it with that one. Four-seamer inside at 1-0-1, and it's a 3-1 count, as I did not offer at that pitch. Is he going to go slider low and away on me here? Watch, I just called his pitch. Let's see. Sweeping curve just below the knees on the outer third, actually. So swing and a miss there makes for a 3-2 count. Payoff pitch on the way from Jordan Hicks. And it's a sinker at the knees, got a piece of it and fouled it away. Good swing timing, bad contact. Big shocker, as I don't use the PCI. That happens a lot. Next payoff pitch from Hicks. Check swing on a sinker below the knees, but instead I went around. So there's 2 strikeouts on my line score now. Not a good start to this game at all. Top of the fifth, we come back. Cubs are now in the lead 4-3. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Jordan Hicks still on the bump for the North Siders. First pitch of this at-bat is a sweeping curve below the knees. I swung on it, got a piece, and fouled it away. I shouldn't have done anything with that one except watch it, so it's an 0-1 count for me. Next pitch. Right back up the middle. Diving attempt by the second baseman. It's going to be picked up by the shortstop, and everybody is safe on the play. I don't believe that's going to be a fielding error. Nope, it is a base hit. So the over on the series and the game is now over for me. About time, too. We come back bottom of the sixth. It's only tied at 4. Brand new ball game here. Nobody out, nobody on. Miguel Amaya at the plate. It's his third plate appearance today. He is 1 for 2 so far and hitting .262 on the season. Slade Ciccone is the man on the mound for the Diamondbacks now out of the bullpen. He's throwing a 2-1 pitch to Amaya, and it's bunted down the third base line. This one's got a good chance of getting him on board. Bare hand grab and go gets him. How about that? A little bit of defense on display there. We come back top of the seventh. Runner on third and 2 outs. I'm standing in 1 for 3 on the day, 1 for 7 on the series, and they're not having any part of me right now as I get the intentional walk. So first base for free makes runners on the corners. We couldn't do anything with it, but the Cubs sure have. It's a 9-4 lead for them now in the top of the ninth. As there's a runner on first and 1 away, I'm standing in against Caleb Killian. He throws 94 on the sinker, 93 on his cutter, 97 on the four-seamer, only 79 on the curveball. First pitch, it's It's a cutter grooved out to deep right field. Right fielder's running back. He's going to make the play short up the warning track. So yet again, the power is just not happening for me here in Chicago. The Cubs are going to win game number 2. Not a shocker, but 9-4 is the final score. And you're up by 5 in the top of the 9th. I mean, yeah, you got really good odds there. So yeah, 1 for 4 day at the plate for me, now 1 for 8 on the series. We're going to move to game number 3 and try to avoid getting swept on the road by what's apparently a red-hot Chicago Cubs team. Here we go, top of the first, 2-0 lead for Arizona now. We come out of the block strong here. 1 out, nobody on for me as I'm standing in with a .302 batting average. Joe Musgrove is the man on the mound, and I'm going to see a dynamic challenge against him, and we'll try to record a hit after taking the first pitch. Musgrove does throw 95 on his four-seamer, 92 on the cutter, 90 on his circle change as well, but that's all he's got that's quick. Taken all the way here on pitch number 1. Good thing, too, because it's inside at the knees with a circle change. 1-0 the count for me now. Second pitch of the at-bat from Musgrove. Outside with a four-seamer. It's a 2-0 count. How about that? I keep the bat on my shoulders. I'm starting to do a little better. The 2-0 pitch. In the zone. Four-seamer on the outside corner. Sent out to shallow left field, and it is caught by the left fielder. So, failure on the dynamic challenge, and that is out number 2 here in the top of the first. Top of the third, we come back. It's a 3-3 ball game. 2 outs and nobody on for me as I am 0 for 1 against Joe Musgrove. This is at bat number 2. Let's see if he gets one in the zone for me. That's not it. Four-seamer away at the knees. 1-0 the count. I was the July Player of the Month. How about that? That's intriguing. Next pitch from Musgrove. Swing and a miss at a curveball low and away. 1-1 the count. Had me fooled there. As, way out in front of that one. Next pitch in the zone and right back up the middle we go and into shallow center field for a base hit. Second base hit of the series, and we will take that any old day of the week. I would have known the throw was going to get away from the second baseman there, our shortstop covering second. I would have kept going, but we come back top of the fifth, 4-3 the score, Cubs in the lead. Runner on first and 2 away, Joe Musgrove still on the bump for the Cubbies. First pitch from him is up and in with a cutter, 1-0 the count. And currently leading the National League with a 7.8 wins against replacement. Next pitch is a four-seamer drilled out down the right field line. Just barely foul. Bounces off the wall there in foul ground. How about that? The 1-1 pitch now from Musgrove. Gripped and ripped to left field. Left fielder barely has to move to get to that one, though. And that is going to retire the side here in the top of the fifth. Halfway through the ball game. And it is a 4-3 lead for the Chicago Cubs. We come back. It's the top of the 8th. Cubs opened up a can. It's a 13-3 ball game. This one's basically over here. Nobody out, nobody on. I'm standing in 1 for 3 on the day, and I get a dynamic challenge. We'll try to hit a single or better. That's all we can really do at this point. Musgrove is still on the mound for the Cubs, throwing pitch number 85 of his outing to start this at-bat. And it's up and in a little bit with the four-seamer. 1-0 the count in front of 29,185. I figured a day game in Chicago would have a little better attendance than that. Next pitch is a four-seamer on the outer third, taken for a strike. 1-1 the count for me now. Pitch number 3 of the at-bat. And we send another cutter on the outside corner out to left field where the left fielder doesn't have to move. Oh, non-productive first out here in the top of the 8th. Good riddance to this series as the Cubs take the win 13-5 in game number 3. They sweep us as we come to town in Chicago on the north side. And I am glad to see that series go. I'm usually a pretty good hitter in Wrigley Field, but nothing happening for the friendly confines this time around. So, yeah, we're on the losing end of a sweep in Chicago. So that's going to be the end of this episode. For those of you that have made it this far, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and do all the fun social media things. We will see you in the next one.